The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer is a trailer that's filled with secrets. There are so many questions that this trailer brings up, but that's what makes it interesting. Currently, the biggest mystery in the trailer is Ganondorf's corpse. We don't know why Ganondorf's sealed inside a Zonai ruin or who sealed him. Still, that's not what I want to talk about since I already did a video theorizing on how he might have ended up the way he did. No, for this video, I want to bring up the possibility of a cover-up that not only involves Ganondorf, but one other person as well. Who is it? Well, stick with me to find out. Ever since I made my last video about Breath of the Wild Ganondorf, I've been looking over any source of information that could tell me about him. It's sad to say, but I didn't find anything of the sort. However, as I was reading the Creating a Champion book, I read a specific section of it that made me come up with this cover-up theory. The part I'm referring to is called Calamity Ganon's Ties to the Gerudo. The section talks about Ganondorf's and the Gerudo's history. While it doesn't reveal anything at first glance, it did make me ask one question. Why don't the Gerudo have anything written about Breath of the Wild Ganondorf? I started asking this question because the book states that the Gerudo had written about Ganondorf. The one I'm talking about, however, is the one from Ocarina of Time. The Gerudo had written down an abridged version of Ganondorf's role in Ocarina of Time. They state that Ganondorf had lost control of his powers during his battle against Link and transformed into his Ganon form. They also say that he stayed that way until he later turned into Calamity Ganon. There's another thing that the Gerudo had written down as well. Ever since Ganondorf transformed into his Calamity form, no other Gerudo male has taken his place as leader of the Gerudo. It's very peculiar that the Gerudo wrote about Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, but not about Breath of the Wild Ganondorf. Why is that? At first we could assume that the implication is that both Ganondorfs are the same, but thanks to the book, we know that Ocarina of Time Ganondorf had lost control of himself and stayed trapped in his Ganon form. In my opinion, I think that neither Ganondorf are the same, since there's no explanation on how Ganondorf reverted to his original self, or how he ended up in the Zonai ruins. So that still leaves us with the question I asked earlier. That's where the cover-up comes into play. I believe that the Gerudo purposefully left out all records of Breath of the Wild Ganondorf. Why, you may ask? I can only think of one reason why they would do something so drastic as erasing all information about him. Ganondorf had done something horrendous, and his people were a part of it. So what could this unspeakable act of evil be exactly? I believe that it was the near genocide of the Zonai. In my Ganondorf secret video, I brought up the possibility of Ganondorf being the person who caused the Zonai to disappear. In that same video, I also mentioned that Ganondorf had some Gerudo with him in the cave painting. Just like Ganondorf, these warrior women look like as if they were attacking someone. Could they have been attacking the Zonai? Who knows? But for a moment, let's just say that I'm right and the Gerudo were the reason that the Zonai are no longer around. How do you think that the people of Hyrule would feel if they knew this? Think about it. The Gerudo already had the notorious past of being thieves and having birthed Hyrule's greatest evil. In the child timeline, the Gerudo were forced to leave Hyrule for some time due to Ganondorf's actions. Imagine if the people of Hyrule learned about the Gerudo's part in killing the Zonai and having a hand in Calamity Ganon's existence. They would want nothing more but for the Gerudo to either be killed or banished from Hyrule for good. The Gerudo had no choice but to get rid of any records on Ganondorf so that they could keep their good relationship with the people of Hyrule. But I think they also did it to forget the guilt they felt in helping Ganondorf. It's even stated in the Creating a Champion book that one of the possible reasons that the Gerudo's ears changed shape was due to the shame that they felt for birthing Calamity Ganon. However, Ganondorf wasn't the only person that the Gerudo tried erasing from history. In Breath of the Wild, the Gerudo worship a group of women called the Seven Heroines. However, there was originally an 8th member of the group. Unlike the 7 heroines, there's no information about the 8th one. You learn about the existence of the 8th heroine by either finding her statue in the Gerudo Highlands or by talking to a man named BOTW'S outside of the walls of Gerudo Town. If you speak to BOTW'S when you first meet him in the Gerudo outfit, he'll tell you about the 8th heroine. He says that all of the knowledge of the 8th heroine vanished from history through some unknown means, but that there were still some who idolized her. I'm not sure what exactly caused the 8th heroine's erasure from the Gerudo's history. However, I believe that she might have said or done something that caused the other heroines to remove her from the group. Maybe the reason for her removal was because of Ganondorf. She might have brought up the idea of reviving him, and the other heroines didn't want that to happen. Even though I say that might have happened, I don't believe that the heroines were involved with Ganondorf, since there's no proof that they were. With all that I have shown and stated, I think that I've given enough evidence to at least show the possibility of the Gerudo concealing information about Ganondorf and the 8th heroine. Whether or not you believe in this theory is, well, up to you. But I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all stick with me for more. Thank you.